If you want to stand out and go from being an average second shooter to an exceptional second shooter, keep watching this video because today I'm going to share some key responsibilities for a second photographer on a wedding day that can truly elevate your performance and fill up your calendar and your bank account too. I'm gonna take you through the entire day from the getting ready moment to the dance floor, providing you with a comprehensive list of shots you need to capture. So, let's go. Number 1, starting with the groom's prep. Typically, as a second photographer, you're gonna capture the groom getting ready by yourself. So when arriving at a location, make sure you have all your gear still in your backpack so it's not intimidating for people. Introduce yourself, ask their names, and then go straight to capturing flat-lays of the groom's details. I used to feel really insecure about this part because I wanted the details photos to be amazing, beautiful, creative, but I was actually given some great advice early on that changed everything for me. Find a little spot with good light, keep it simple, and arrange things in a square shape. After that, you need to get some candid photos of the groom and his groomsmen interacting with each other, because at the end of the day, you're documenting this person's most special day and you want to capture everything in a real and emotional way. And once they start getting ready and they have their pants and shirts on, get everyone together in a room with natural and good lighting source and get them to finish getting ready there so you can capture that moment too. Once everyone is ready, remember to take group and individual photos as well. You can finish off with then doing a toast or doing some walking shots if you have enough time. Usually this part of the day needs to be quite fast-paced because you need to make sure you leave on time to capture the ceremony locations without any guests there. Which takes me to the ceremony part of the day. As a second shooter, you're going to be responsible for arriving at least 30 minutes before the ceremony starts. But if there is already guests there, you don't need to stress out. If possible, ask them to step aside so you can take your first and main shot, a wide photo of the venue, and then photos of the little details and the decoration as well. Now, in terms of the actual ceremony, talk to your lead photographer and ask them where they want you. Every photographer is different and some might want you to stay close to the groom for the entrance or at the end of the aisle. But keep in mind that capturing the groom's reactions once the bride walks down the aisle is one of your main jobs during the ceremony. As a general tip, one advice that I can give you is to avoid the lead photographer during the ceremony and try to get different angles using different lenses, adding more diversity of shots to the final gallery. Focus as well on getting guest reaction and little detail photos. For the ceremony exit, confirm with your photographer again, but typically you're gonna aim to get a different shot than them. For example, if they're going to take a full body horizontal shot with a 24mm lens, then you could take a full body portrait with your 35mm or a close-up with your 15mm lens. 3. Cocktail hour. During the cocktail hour, your job is to take some candid photos of guests, but also go around and see if they want post photos too. They usually do, and couples usually want photos of their guests in the final gallery as well. Number 4, portraits. For the bridal party portraits, if they have one, typically the second shooter will lead the groom and groomsmen photos while the lead photographer handles the bride and bridesmaids photos. So it can be done quite quickly. Make sure to get photos of the entire group, serious, smiling, and then fun ones too. And then get individuals of the groom with each of his groomsmen and just the groom by himself. This can be done in like 5 minutes. Generally, guys don't really want to spend that long posing for photos, but you can always ask them if they want any more photos or if they have any more ideas. For the bride and groom portraits, remember that the lead photographer will be leading. So Some photographers will tell you to leave, but some will keep you there to assist them or to get more photos. Your main goal here is to stay out of their way. It's also your chance to get creative because you can try different angles and different lenses too. I would suggest a tight lens like 50mm or 85 or even 135 so you can get those detailed shots. Mostly try to avoid getting the same shots as your lead photographer. Trust me when I say that they will appreciate getting different shots that will add up beautifully to the final gallery, and the couple will love that too. Number 5. Reception. Before the reception room opens up for all guests, you need to hurry there and get a wide shot of the venue and the details of the decoration as well. So potentially you're gonna need to leave the portraits a little bit earlier to make sure you get to the reception spot before all the guests. For the rest of the night, it's basically a copy and paste of what's been done so far. So just to recap, don't overstep the lead photographer. Aim to use different lenses and get different angles. Be active and fast-paced. Ask questions to your lead photographer if you're not entirely sure of how to do things or your preference. Finally, a bonus tip to help you excel in your role, making you a great second photographer to get you more jobs, is to remember to take some behind-the-scenes videos with your phone of the lead videographer and of the day itself, and then share with them at the end of the day. Trust me, they're gonna love you for that. Every photographer is different, right? So if there is any other task or responsibility that you believe is also a part of the second photographer's roles, please do leave a comment down below and let's help each other grow. Other than that, if this video added any value to you, then consider subscribing and I'll see you on the next video.